Right, what is going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel in this week's video. Today, well tomorrow, I've done this 2 weeks in a row. Tomorrow makes 15 weeks out, so I had my 15 week out check-in with Brad. 97.5 kilos, so that's 1.4 down from last week, my 16 weeks out vlog. I didn't film the scale, I just forgot to do it, but that's where I'm at. I'll leave some of my photos on the screen for you here, just for you to check out how I'm looking. Happy with the look this week, especially my back shots throughout the off season as I was getting fatter, etc. I was losing a bit of my back shots and I wasn't really liking them, but I'm starting to like them again now, and definitely today is the best they've ever looked, especially fasted. Whereas I know my back takes a considerable difference when it comes to being pumped, a lot more drastic than my other body parts, for example. But some changes have been made. I just got back from Tesco as my diet has changed and we're adding 3 low days a week. So Monday, Tuesday and Friday I will be eating 3,050 calories as opposed to 3,560, which is my current diet. If you want to see that current diet, there's a link in the description below for you to check that out, and there will also be a link in the description below for you to check out the new low day diet. I haven't myself had it or made it yet, but I'll be doing that on Monday, and that'll be out for you. It will already be out for you probably the Saturday prior to this video going out. But I had to come back and I bought some jelly pots, so I'm having 2 jelly pots a day to bridge the gap between meals, almost as like snacks and appetite suppressors on those low days, as they are like 5 calorie pots, 2 of those 10 calories. And Brad has told me to do something where you add boiling water or something like that to them and like remold it to make it bigger, to make it feel like you're eating a lot more than what there is, obviously making it more voluminous. So I'm going to try that out tomorrow or Monday, and obviously going to take you through that so you can watch the experiment go down, see if I manage to butcher it somehow. It seems like a simple task, but you never know. And then obviously a lot of carb reduction, over 100 grams of carbs, or around 100 grams of carbs, because I've lost 500 calories. So with the protein and fat traces accounted for, it's probably about 100 grams of carbs down. Obviously that will be shown through the full day of eating that I'll do for my low day video. Also my cardio has changed an extra 5 minutes and a level higher on the Stairmaster, gone from 25 at 7 to 30 at 8, which is okay because I did 25 at 8 throughout every single day throughout my whole off season. So being lighter and doing that is not going to be too much of a problem, especially doing it fasted as opposed to post workout is going to make it a lot easier as well. Hopefully that will start to snowball my weight loss and fat loss, and it is going to start reaping some crazy results. But that is all a little update of how everything is, and I'll catch you a bit later. Okay, right, Monday, my first low day. If you want to see obviously all the calories for my low day, go check out my low day, full day of eating. It's a low carb sort of thing. So both of my rice meals have been taken down from 90 grams of raw weight to 65 grams of raw weight jasmine rice, and my cream of rice meals have been taken down from 80 grams of cream of rice to 65 grams of cream of rice. Had my meal-free shake taken out and replaced with these jellies. You would have seen just before this me whipping it up in a quick time-lapse fashion and putting it in the fridge as I put some boiling hot water in this to try and make it a bit bigger than it is. So here's a taste test. If I can get any of it on my spoon. It must have been about 5-10 years since I've had any jelly. Right, so that is pretty banging, to be fair. If you'd have watched my full day of eating, you'd have seen that I imagined it would taste like when you drink a Coke out of a glass and you fill that glass back with water and you still taste the Coke as you're drinking it. That's what I thought it was going to taste like, but it's actually still pretty strong. So what this means is I could probably put a bit more water in this and make it even bigger and add some more volume to this snack meal, however you want to put it. Of course, it's these Hartley's jelly pots. So I have 2 a day on my low day. So the bigger I can make this, the more I can have this after meal 3, which is my previous meal 4, and then another one after my meal 5, as opposed to having them both at the same time, just to break up the gaps between eating times, as they have to go a bit longer now there's less actual meals in the day. But as I've been waffling about this, I put some of my workout on the screen for you here. Quads went exceptionally well. I'll do a montage of that for that. But we hit a PR 170 for 8 and tempo was banging. Mat drips on the hack. I'm happy with that because, oh my God, it was so hot. The place where all the leg machines are in my gym is like a greenhouse. So it was hot when the sun was shining down right directly on the hack. And then leg press, I took a low progression, and I'm just setting my baseline in terms of reps on that. Had obviously my first low day today. In the gym, I didn't notice too much of a difference. Of course, it's not really going to make a difference as I had a regular day yesterday. However, I have another low day tomorrow for arms, so I'll reconvene with you then and see if a second day in a row makes too much of a difference. What I can tell you is I'm absolutely starving. And that's about it. Obviously my cardio's up as well. I'll probably put it in the intro with how sweaty I am on the 30 minutes on the stairs. But yeah, I'm gonna crack on with this and I'll catch you tomorrow and let you know how I got on. Okay, right, so I'm about to go and get ready for the gym. I've got arms and hamstrings today, but I've got a little clothing drop, 1 or 2 parcels. My Gymshark delivery came today. This is the Power Tee. It's just got the logo on the front and Gymshark written on the back. Hopefully you can see that. I got a large. I probably should have gone for an over large just to get a bit more oversized. That's what I prefer, but I am dieting, so give it a few weeks and it's only going to get bigger as the weeks go on. I also got, I think it's called the 315, a long sleeve t-shirt, just so, especially in this time of year when it's hot, I don't want to be wearing a jumper when I train my pushing days, so my shoulders and my chest days. And the reason I do this is because obviously I wear elbow sleeves and it brings out my skin if I do it on the skin, and it's also aggro to pull the material up on sweatier skin. So I get the best of both worlds, a bit more breathable material and it's thinner as well, as opposed to wearing jumpers. And I don't really want to wear the jumpers anyway, I only do so because of this, just to save my skin. So my Garth's delivery is coming on Thursday, so I've got 2 more items coming, and I'll show you the different parts as I wear them during the week. I'll wear the other Gymshark on Friday when I train chest, and I'll show you how it looks. Get some action shots, likewise today with this, so I can get some action shots in my arm days just so you can see what it looks like, and I'll do the same with the other 2 bits of kit when they arrive, so I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, right, so just finished my morning cardio, 30 minutes. Today was a lot harder than, well, not I say a lot harder, it was a bit harder than the previous 2 days. Obviously I've had 2 low days in a row, so the morning of the 3rd day was a bit hard to get going, but we did it, we're here. I'll already be showing you my post-cardio posing rounds on the screen. Just finishing up with some abs now, and then I'm going to do maybe a good 10 or so minutes on the treadmill again, just to get some of my steps in, quote unquote steps, because yesterday I did all of my steps on the treadmill post-workout yesterday, and my hay fever has been great because of it, because I didn't have to go outside as much. So I'm going to do a similar thing today, and we'll see how it goes, because I'm almost brand new again. So for my abs I do 10 leg raises, really focusing on squeezing here and not falling straight out. 10 abs through it, and I'm crunching. So don't just lift your legs up, bring your abs in with it. Okay, I lost count, but maybe that's 10. And then 10 just knee raises. So yeah, I'll do 3 sets of that, and then that is it for abs at the moment. Doing it every other day, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 times a week, and I'll do my calves on the Sunday and Tuesday. And obviously I'm getting indirect calf work through leg workouts, and most notably, and obviously the Stairmaster. So that's about it. I said that I felt a bit more struggling this morning. Yesterday's workout was okay. Do you know what? I didn't really notice the fatigue from the food as much. I was absolutely starving, but I didn't notice the fatigue from the food as much, just solely because my hay fever was so bad. It was like giving me a constant headache, and so I was feeling tired anyway. I filled up my time with doing work, so my coaching business, if you want to inquire about that, there's links in the description below for everything regarding me. So obviously some previous videos, my links to shop my protein, my email address to get in touch with me regarding coaching, and also my Instagram handle. I'm gonna do these other sets, and I'll catch you later on. Right, so we are back from the gym. You would have just seen my back workout. Very successful workout. We're a week further into prep, a week leaner, so pull-ups are feeling a bit easier. Still managing to keep my deadlift strength, although it was a lot harder this week, notably. But I attribute that to maybe energy levels just dropped from this hay fever. Maybe sleep quality isn't as good. I feel fine, but then the hay fever hits me and I am just absolutely buried into the ground before the day's even started. Regardless, it got better as the session went on, so you'll see that I did my pull-ups, obviously lat focused, deadlifts just overall body focused, and I started my row movements with a lat movement by prioritizing and putting the lat first. We're getting some blood into that. It's a smaller muscle, so especially because my upper back is a lot more developed than my lats, especially my lower lats and my mid back, it stands to reason that my upper back will overpower and contribute more to certain movements than my lats, especially straight away. So if we start with a lat focused movement, initially from the pull-ups, which has always been in, but more recently having my first row movement be a lat focused rather than the upper back focused, get some blood into that like I mentioned before, and it therefore means that I can connect better with my lat in the following exercises, and therefore puts more stimulus on the lats and grow them, as that is an area for an improvement, which I believe I have definitely grown over the off season, but I can continue to do so through prep, especially these initial and beginning weeks. I'll leave some of the pump shots on the screen view here. You can see starting to get a bit leaner, starting to tighten up, the waist is getting smaller week upon week, especially if you go through my older vlogs. I'll put similar things up and you can see that the taper's getting bigger, the lats are staying wide and the waist is shrinking, and then we're seeing some new added details in my posing. Obviously you would have seen yesterday I put my post cardio posing, which I definitely got some good shots in there. I was happy with those. Finished off with 25 minutes on the treadmill, not as cardio, do my cardio stairmaster fast in the morning first thing, as you will know, but obviously a hay fever prevention strategy. Hopefully I'm zoomed out enough that you don't notice how bad my eyes are currently, but just to spend as little time outdoors. I know it's ironic that I'm outdoors saying this, spend as little time outdoors as possible just to mitigate and minimize the exposure to pollen and make my hay fever any worse, as it has been horrible this week. But that is all for today. Obviously got a couple more meals. Tomorrow is another low day and I've got my deliveries coming, so I'll catch you when they arrive. Right, so I'm just making my pre-workout and we're going to go train chest day, chest and traps. I've got obviously at this point I'm already showing you what has happened during the session, any of the clips that I got, but I can't tell you what they are because I haven't done them yet, and I'll catch you afterwards when we reconvene and I'll show you some of my other clothes that have just arrived. We'll talk about the session then, but yeah, like I said, the clothes arrived. This is my other Gymshark, the 315 top, very thin. Like I said before, I want a thinner top just so I can put my sleeves on without getting too hot in a jumper, as I don't really like wearing the jumpers when I'm training. So this is like a little middle ground between something light and something long sleeve. Fits quite nicely and you would have seen some of the action shots already, but without further ado, I'm gonna get cracking and I'll catch you all a bit later on. Okay, right, we are back from the gym. Obviously you would have already seen the clips before I even went, but it went extremely well. I would have shown you the two pressing movements, but I progressed across the board today on the dumbbell press. I only got 4 reps, but I went up in weight and obviously 6 of the targets will work. Going to work up to 8 before we progress because there's no 50s, so straight to the 52s. The prime press up 10 pounds, max reps, 8 reps, beautiful. I absolutely love that machine. And then the decline, I got an extra rep on my drop set, so I did 150 to 120, I did 8 and then 7, and 8 and 6 was my last week. But as promised, we have got our gas delivery. That Gymshark 315, the long sleeve t-shirt, was a godsend. It's so thin, so breathable, and it just made the world of difference today. Right, I'll clip on and I'll move this table to the side just so you can get a better view of what it looks like. Very nicely fitting. This is gonna be my leg day t-shirt, so in my 14 weeks out vlog, so next week's vlog I'll show you my leg day in this. It's the back, obviously got the gasp going across the upper back and then the logo here. Feels brilliant. I needed one that was long. As I get a little bit leaner, it's only gonna sit baggier, but I like it, like how it fits me under the armpits. It's not too tight underneath, especially in this weather, especially in that greenhouse of my gym training legs. Last thing you need is a vacuum sealed t-shirt on. Okay, so this is obviously the ribbed vest, and first thing first, oh my god, I am so glad I went a size up. This is an extra large, and obviously I know it's ribbed, it's meant to be tight, but imagine I got a large, it would literally be tie me in. Obviously I've got a little bit of a chest pump left over from earlier, so it's filling out the t-shirt quite nicely, and obviously if I hit a few shots in it, to show off how we looking at. I am a big fan of this, but like I just said, I am so glad I got an XL, because this is tight. Obviously, like I said with the previous t-shirt, I'm getting leaner, so it will sit even better on me. But once I finish these shows and I begin my off season, this is gonna absolutely take me up, and it gives you a nice imaginary lat syndrome. So for someone who's been trying to grow their lats, it's very nice, very comforting, very soothing on the ego. But yeah, this is gonna end this little segment. These are the new bit. Final delivery is arriving. I haven't got my watch on, but any second now, my cream of rice. What I'll do, let me zoom in. Okay, so that's better. I'm gonna be quick because I've been pushing my luck coming out here and doing this talk through bit. As today, my hay viewer, fingers crossed and touch wood, has been a lot better today, and I'm not trying to risk it by staying out here any longer. I did another day on the treadmill. Steps a week are finished. Maybe got like 200 left to reach my 10K, and I'll most likely do them habitually throughout the day. Obviously I've got a shave, so I'll be walking around, making meals, all that good stuff. But like I said, my cream of rice is coming. That'll be my final meal. I've got two flavors. I've got 2 bags of chocolate fudge, which I have shown you previously on my full day of eatings. That is definitely my new favorite flavor. It's absolutely beautiful. But I have got a new flavor as well, cookies and cream. I tried this previously, I liked it, but it left, like I said before, they were a little bit sandy, the Trained by JP cream of rices. But now with this new branding, I feel like they've changed it somehow, because the chocolate fudge and the triple chocolate were elite. So I'm going to give the cookies cream another go, because if the texture is a little bit nicer, the actual flavor is beautiful. So I'm going to have that in my final meal with my cereal milk whey, and I think that's going to make like an Oreo cereal sort of flavor, which is going to be beautiful. But yeah, that is that. I've shown you the little clip of me them arriving anyway on the side, but this is going to end the video for this week. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tomorrow, well, Sunday officially marks 14 weeks out of my first ever show, so subscribe to the channel, join the journey. Leave a comment down below of any other sort of video that you'd like to see from me alongside these vlogs. Obviously I'm trying to do 2 uploads a week, doing supplementary and complimentary videos to these vlogs. Share this with friends, bring them on board the journey, and I will catch you all next week. I'm out.